Hey, 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 everybody. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. It has been so long. How are you guys? How are you? How are you? I am, really looking forward to, what I have, getting out what I have to say tonight. But first, since I've been away for so long, I want to say, first of all, I want to let you guys know that I am well. I got a few messages from some of you guys and comments on different videos and things like that. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. All of you who missed me, I appreciate you. But, I have to say, I am well. However, okay, I have my own personal beliefs, and ways of operating. And I have to say that I can't do this. There are seasons in life, right? There are, there's a season for everything under the sun, right? Whether it's a season for giving, there's a season for receiving. And you cannot just be out here constantly giving, 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 giving without taking time to take care of you, reevaluate things for you. So for me, this is not so much about, the attention or just being out here talking for the sake of blowing breath. It's a lifestyle for me, and a way that I am and have been beyond just on YouTube. I like to provide information or things that I learn along the way. I like to share those things, but that is not the number one thing in my life, and I think sometimes when you guys see YouTube creators and content creators, so many people revolve their life completely around YouTube. And I'm just not really that way. For me, it's more about when the timing is right. Like I'm a person who likes to really move in alignment. And I really can't be, how can I say it? I have to move in alignment. And when things are going a certain way or I'm seeing certain things, sometimes it's just not the time to talk. You know what I mean? And then, I have, people close to me that I have to tend to as well as tending to myself. So I'm here as much as I can be. I love you guys regardless. And, when I can be, I'm here. And when I have something to say, I have a saying that I tell the people around me. Talk when you have something to say, but not because you just have to say something. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I just have to say something. I talk when I have something to say. So that is that, my lovelies. Let me see here. So the thing we're going to talk about today is, with everything that's going on, I think it's very important for people to really recognize that you define success for yourself, okay? Because you'll see a lot of people defining success in ways that may not be true to you, but if you're not paying attention, you won't recognize that, right? So then you have people feeling bad about where they are in life or bad about themselves and their lives, and they're analyzing and looking at the lives of others, okay? And that's just not going to work. It's just not going to cut it, because here's the thing, right? We're all different. And what is success for somebody else may not be success for you. And success is really what brings you true peace and contentment. Not everybody gets contentment from the same things. That's why you'll have some people that are doing these tiny homes now, living minimalist lifestyles, and they're more happy. Okay. in a genuine way. And I think it's really about people really taking the time to figure out what your values are, what is really important to you, because you're not a success if you're not living by your own values and your own standards and the things that make you happy. I look at a lot of people wanting relationships when truth of the matter is not all of you are even going to be happy with the relationship. Some of you don't even truly want that. You want it because you think you're supposed to want it, or you have people that want kids that if they were to really search a little deeper, that's not really where they're not really that's not where their joy and contentment really lies, but they just think they're supposed to have kids, or they feel external pressure to have kids. External pressure can put you in a position where you're trying to live a life that's not authentic to your own values. And as long as you're not, you're not harming anybody, nobody can tell you what is supposed to make you happy. If you don't want children, or you don't want a relationship, or you don't want a corporate job, or nobody can tell you that you're less than because you haven't achieved these things. Because I'll tell you the truth. You can achieve things and meet these expectations of other people and still find yourself unhappy because it wasn't true to you. You're going to be miserable as a business owner when that's not really what you enjoy. Do you enjoy business? People who really enjoy business, a lot of times, they don't sleep because they don't want to sleep. Like they can't stop working on their business. They can't stop themselves, because they really get a satisfaction out of what they're building. And that's different than someone else who has to force themselves to do the smallest thing in their business. Everybody doesn't enjoy the same things. And so you have to recognize that success is really when you are at a place of true peace and contentment within yourself. You like who you are, you like the life that you are living, and you like the life that you've created for yourself. And that can be many different things. Okay? Most people are not really, if they were to really take some time and tune in with themselves, they would recognize that they wouldn't really consider success having a lot of money, but then all of their relationships around them are in shambles. They got bad relationships with their kids, with their spouse, with their, friends, family, whatever, right? Most people would not consider that successful. And I'm talking about if you have relationships that are viable, right? That wouldn't be considered successful. I think every parent would want to have working relationships and good relationships with their children, right? But if you have, I don't care if you have $500 million, if you don't have that, you wouldn't be considered successful, even by your own standards, if you're not happy with it. So your energy is best spent. And this is a time where you're spending your energy is vitally important. Your energy is best spent focusing on the things that you really value and that would actually make your life a success. You get what I'm saying? The things that will really make your life a success in your eyes. So start to look at the things that you truly admire versus the things that you are using to validate your sense of self-worth. So what you want to do is when you look at somebody and then they are living this type of lifestyle, you have to really understand why you're attracted to certain things. A lot of people look up to celebrities and different things like that, and they don't recognize that they're really only looking at them because they have access to luxuries and experiences that you don't have access to. And they don't recognize that that is not something that you really admire. It's more so something that you could see yourself validating your own self-worth with, right? That you would feel like you were worth more, like you had more power and control over your own life. But It's not something you would just admire if you look at sometimes who a person is as a person and what their life is actually like, what their relationships are like. You wouldn't admire that. So you want to look at the things that you admire versus the things that just help make you feel better about yourself. The things that just make you feel better about yourself, they're not things that are actually valuable to you. Okay, these are not things that are actually going to make you successful and bring you true peace and contentment. Because you're trying to build yourself with those things. So here's the thing about that. If you build yourself genuinely, right, authentically from who you truly are, with a real foundation, a strong foundation, you'll find that your desire for some of these things would change. Your desires change when you are in alignment and you've actually built your quote unquote house on a solid foundation, right? Because if you build it on sand, well, you know how that goes, right? So the things that you admire are things that bring a sense of warmness to your heart. Things that you want to do out of a place of enjoyment and not out of a place of feeling like you would be better. You would not be a better person if you had more money. Okay? You would not be a better person if you had a spouse. You would not be a better person if you had kids. See, that's the thing you have to understand. Right? It's not going to make you more. You wouldn't be more valuable. You wouldn't be worth more because you had these things. So when it comes to building your value, you build that value based on what is actually valuable to you, what you actually value, and who you really are. And that takes a lot of being honest with yourself. Right? So I think that's important because I feel like a lot of people are trying to find success, and it's too many people trying to be like other people, which is really, really, really actually a terrible path to travel. Okay? Because it does not have a happy ending. It doesn't have a happy ending for the people around you. And it kind of keeps you on that hamster wheel, running real hard just to stay in place. You have to build your life based on who you actually are, who you really are. And that's what success is really about. That's what success is really about. Okay? So I think I've, said enough on that, guys. I love you guys. I am still taking clients. So if you want to sign up, you can go ahead over to truedivinepower.com and work with me there. Or you can contact me on the hotline where you're able to call me and talk to me in that moment. Okay. All that, the number for that and everything is in the description box, and it's also on the website. All right. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.